Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. Today is Tuesday, September 11th. SAD Club signups are currently being held in the high school office. The first meeting will be next Monday, September 17th at 2:30 in the middle school room 104, Mrs. Manippo's room. If you did not sign up and you want to be involved, please plan to attend the first meeting. All items regarding Red Ribbon Week and officers will be determined at this meeting. The TSA informational meeting is going to be Thursday after school in room 102. Any student in grades 9 through 12 who is interested in high school forensics should sign up in the high school office. World Language Club members are reminded to pay their $10 club dues by September 28th to Miss Korber. There will be a World Language Club meeting in Miss Korber's room on September 12th after school. Please plan to attend. Attention all high school students. Please participate in this year's yearbook fundraiser. The more items you sell, the larger discount becomes on your yearbook. If you sell 10 items for your yearbook, it's free. Fundraiser order forms and checks are due back to Miss Lederman or Mrs. Mersick by Tuesday, September 18th. If you are a high school student and interested in joining the yearbook club this year, please sign up on the list outside of Miss Lederman's room. Check your emails to join her Google Classroom and receive more information about upcoming meetings and news. The junior forensics team is holding practices after school in Miss Brodish's room. This is for grades 7 and 8 only. Please stop by this week to get a permission form and sign up for practice days. Juniors or seniors who are interested in running for class council officer positions are reminded that their essays are due to Mr. Culp or Mr. McLean by Friday, September 14th. Middle school FCA will be starting on Wednesday, September 19th in Mrs. Manippo's room from 7:30 to 7:55. All are welcome. There is no sign up to be in this club, just come. We meet every Wednesday. High school FCA will be starting on Thursday, September 20th in Mr. McLean's room from 7:40 to 7:55 a.m. All are welcome. There is no sign up to be in this group, just come. We meet every Thursday. Hope to see you there. Today for lunch, we are having grilled cheese with tomato soup, steamed broccoli, and diced pears. That's all for now. Have a good day.
The summer workouts have been rough, but we've made through all of them. We've got through all of them, and I feel really prepared for the oncoming season.
There'll certainly be a lot of new faces that are out there on the field. We graduated 6 seniors who played 4 years each, so there'll be a lot of new faces out there, but we're hoping that drives a lot of competition at practice. I think the biggest thing for our youngest players is to learn the speed of play. There's a definite difference between playing at a junior high level and trying to play at a varsity level where the guys are 4 years older. So just the speed of which they have to play and the decision making, how quick it has to be for them to be successful on the field.
Well, obviously we're defending champions, so we're obviously going to have that as one of our goals to go for 3 times in a row. But other than that, we haven't set out any specific ones yet. I think just the environment itself. We all work together. Our theme this year is actually iron sharpens iron. So as a team, we sharpen each other, we make each other better. So it all helps.
Every year the expectation is that we continue to develop. The young guys develop at the rate that they're expected to, and the older guys continue to develop, and they develop on the field, but they develop a lot of their leadership skills. So we're just looking for player development as we start the first couple of weeks of the season, and then as we get deeper into the season, trying to be competitive and align ourselves to compete for another district championship.
I do walking tours of the 9/11 Memorial for the 9/11 Tribute Center. And I meet people on my tours from all 4 corners of the globe. On every one of my tours, I mention that most people don't remember what they did yesterday. But I have had so many guests on my tours come up to me and say that they remember every single detail about where they were and what they were doing on September 11th, regardless of where they're from.
When you talk to anybody, say, you know, and you tell them where you were on September 11th, they'll tell you exactly where they were, because even though they may not have been in the building, but they'll definitely remember where they were.
And people always remember every single moment of that day around the world, because September 11, 2001 is not just New Yorker's story, it's not just my story, but it is international part of history and a history of every single person in the world.
And what I say to my guests all the time is, that's your 9/11 story. And you should tell it, because by telling it, by doing so, you help us to share history, and you help us to keep the spirit of what happened here alive. And I'm inspired by that. That gives me so much hope.
I believe September 11th would be the equivalent of D-Day for certain generations, or Pearl Harbor, or when JFK was assassinated. You know, those seminal, you know, markers in your history, in your lifetime.
My cousin was in Pearl Harbor. My father and grandfather remember Pearl Harbor. These generations will need to remember.
I think it's important to try to remember some tragedies. Remember that life can be very precious and can be gone in a flash.
These are emotional memories that cannot be translated into a textbook. These are stories that we tell people, and hopefully the generation will understand this here and bring it forward to the next generation.
I feel that a lot of people use September 11th to remember the wrong things, to remember the divisions instead of what brought us together. And I think as more and more time goes by, more and more people just remember the hate that caused that act instead of the love that followed it. We were all one that day. People from New York, DC, all over the country and all over the world. Everybody was united. I think that's why everybody remembers where they were, because everybody's heart was here. I remember.
I remember.
I remember. I remember September 11th.
I remember September 11th.
I remember September 11th.
I remember September 11th.
I remember September 11th.